Hey y'all, hey, it's me, Rennie. In today's video, we're going to talk about episode 14, season 4 of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And we're going to do that right now. Hey y'all, so we kick it off with Martel's big day. It is time for the wine tasting event where he has a slew of his friends, family, supporters, and everything like that at this event, at this big, beautiful mansion in Atlanta. So Martel come out looking sharp, dressed to the bone, had on his white, of course his pants were tight, had on this, tiger thing around his neck, looking all good or whatever. So he comes down the steps, his boys is all down there. The room is full of people, supporters. And again, like I said, his family members, actually the some of the children of his grandmother, in which he named his wine after, Inette. And so Martel, he's pretty nervous because, I've never known him to be a speaker and I've never seen him speak before on any of the episodes. So it comes a time for him to get the crowd's attention. So he, gets up there and it's like he froze, y'all. He froze. It was kind of like an emotional moment. Like Marcel said, he didn't know whether or not it was because of maybe he was tipsy from the wine, because the wine is 13.5, alcohol. But it could have been that, or it could have just been he was just full of emotion because he's been working on this for a whole year, and now here it is finally coming into full fruition, and it's like, wow, here's my moment. So he began to talk, and he began to kind of like choke up a little bit. But the bottom line is this, he mentioned that the wine was mentioned after his after his grandmother, and he also wanted to just give accolades to just business ownership, owning something. So he pointed out some of his boys that was there, who supported him along the way, just business ownership, just owning something that he did. He was proud of that, so. And it turned out to be a pretty nice event. But as you know, his uncle was there, which is the son of his grandmother. And he didn't look to be too pleased at Martel's speech. So throughout the speech, they kept showing him in the audience, and he was like having this like mad look on his face. So during the speech, he was whispering to the lady that was with him. I don't know who she was, if that was his wife or whoever she was, whispering to her and was like, that's all he got. He ain't got nothing else to say. That's all he got. This is my mother we talking about. This is my mother we talking about. So he was clearly upset. So, wow, he just was really upset about it. He felt like Martel could have just gave a little bit more accolades towards the mom versus talking more about, him having something that he owns and this and that and the other. So after it was all said and done, Martel goes out, he's talking with his manager, and, then he decides to go, just talk with his uncle. Well, his uncle actually approached him where he was, and he went to shake his hand, and his uncle didn't shake his hand. So it's like, wait, what? I was like, hey, uncle, what's up? What's wrong, man? What's up? So the uncle proceeded to tell him, man, that's all you got. This is my mother you're talking about. This is my mother you're talking about. So Martel proceeded to tell him, this is national TV and you don't do that. I don't know exactly what Martel meant by that, but he just said, this is national TV, you don't do that. I think at the end of the day, he did name the wine after his grandmother. This is his first time having a speech like this, to my knowledge, from watching all 4 seasons. And it's like, you live and you learn. Maybe he could have said a little bit more about her, but, he did name the wine after her. I kind of agree with what Maurice was saying when the guys was chopping it up and talking about it afterwards as well. But the uncle clearly was mad. He did not want to make truce with Martel. He kind of walked out and everything, and it was just pretty hurtful to Martel. So the guys were talking about it because it was brought to their attention, and they felt the same way. At least most of them felt the same way, that Martel trying. This is Martel doing something he's trying, and yeah, he may have overlooked saying a little bit more about his grandmother, but he did name the wine after her, and it really was about that basically. So that was that part, guys. I don't know if they're gonna make truce or not or whatever, but we'll see as the episode goes on. So now it comes time for them to go back all to Huntsville, and here's all the boring parts. So they all go back home. Actually, Lou went ahead of them because he had an emergency at home. So come to find out, he had death in his family. So he left a little bit ahead of them, but they all get home, and so they each wife questioned them on how the trip was, what they did, who they hung out with, blase, blase. So they went around, here come, Kimmy and Maurice, and she's asking, did you touch anybody? Did strippers touch you? Do I have to find out on social media what happened? So they talked about that, and then the same thing with Tisha and Marceau. They did the same thing, talking about the trip and this, that, and the other. So, and that was the boring part. And basically, they showed Melanie. She was having a conversation with Kimmy as well, and she was letting Kimmy know that the person who Martel has as his manager was their wedding planner when they were getting married, and she really feels that she wants Martel. So they talked about that. But the bottom line, y'all, that's really all that happened, with this episode. The whole most of the thing that really was worth talking about was Martel's wine tasting thing. So yeah, Martel had a conversation with his mom about, the situation. And the mom kind of felt how Martel felt, but she also felt how her brother felt too, in reference to not giving, more homage to the grandmother. But when Martel is saying that he's going to have a wine tasting in Huntsville that's going to be more intimate with family and friends, where he can really go into talking more about the legacy and the life of his grandmother and what she meant to him at that event, because that's more personal and it's more intimate and it's more, confined to his roots, where right there in Huntsville, versus at the big event, wine tasting event. He felt that wasn't the right time to really go into all that there. So bottom line is, he did what he did. It affected some people, and you live and you learn. Anyways, y'all, that's all I got for this episode. I hope y'all enjoyed my thoughts on it. If you did, please like, subscribe, and comment to this video, and I'll see y'all at the next video. Bye.